All right, so you've been through all the basic falls now. You've got a fairly good comfort level with what's happening. Now we want to put that into an actual sequence of events that's more realistic. And we call this the jump roll. Basically, all it is there will be something that causes you to fall forward. It won't allow you to get to the mat immediately, so you're going to have to go over whatever that obstacle is and get to the mat. And we, again, like everything else, we start safely with a crash pad. It should work anywhere you are. Grass and mats are preferred. Concrete, I can tell you from real life experience, does work. And sometimes you come up after a big fall and you only have a little bit of dirt on both hands if you did it right. So Abby, I'd like you to work with me on this a little bit today to show everybody the progression. The progression is pretty straightforward. So we're going to start with nothing in front of you. We're going to let you stand in front, put whichever arm and leg you're most comfortable with forward. And all I would like you to do is to get that arm turned into the mat so you can do a regular shoulder roll without the jump.
Okay.
All right, so if you could show one of those, please. Good. Now, you'll see that what she did, and again, part of this is the mat, and part of it's the difference on the floor, and part of it is her experience. She did that, and instead of rolling to her feet, she stayed down in a side fall, which is great. The mat will really help you do that because it's very hard to get your legs back under you because the mat absorbs all that energy that we use to stand back up. But wonderful fall. Again, the position that you want to end up in. Safe part of her leg is down onto the floor, making contact. Side of her body is. She slapped down here so her elbow's protected, and she brought that back up. Her head was up, and if she was doing this for real, she'd have a little bit of a ki in there. But on the mat again, and when we're trying to just go through the motions, we don't always throw that ki in. But I will tell you, if you put the ki in, then you don't have to worry about when it is for real. You'll get that into your habit. All right, so very easy and straightforward.
Yes, sir.
What we're going to do is the same thing, though, from a very low obstacle. So she's going to take the hand on the side that she's rolling on. So she wants to use her right shoulder and her right side. That hand is going to go on top of the staff. The other hand will go under. Then as she goes over this staff, I'm going to pull it forward just slightly. She is going to leave this hand connected, and this is the hand that's going to come loose and do the slapping. So again, the top hand is going to stay connected. The bottom hand is going to do the slap as she comes over the top. So are you ready? Go.
Yeah.
Good. So again, very relaxed. It looks wonderful. I see a big smile on your face, so I know you're enjoying what you're doing. And again, as you get more comfortable with this actually becomes fun because you begin to realize that there aren't as many limits as you thought there were when you first started. It becomes a very kind of relaxing, recreational thing to do. All right, so let's take it one level higher. The challenge with having it a little bit higher than this is the obstacle now requires that she do something to get past the obstacle. And that's going to be a little bit of a jump. So you want to start low where you can practice just the rolling motion. And then we could actually bend just a little bit. You can actually raise this little increments at a time. But since you're already good at this, we're going to bring it up to just below your waist. I'm still going to pull forward just a little bit to give you the motion to start. And you're still going to hold on with this hand and slap with this hand. Nice ki, and we'll see how this works out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Very well done. How'd that feel?
Oh, good.
You feel how much of an impact are you feeling when you're hitting this mat?
Not much. Around the same as just regularly rolling.
Okay. If you did it on the floor, you know you would feel a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. And again, the thing is, you want to minimize that to the greatest extent that you can. On floor mats, still very safe. You feel you want to try one on a floor mat?
Sure.
All right. Let's just slide this out of the way.
Can you do a couple more for yourself without the staff?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Good. One more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And let's just pull this out of the way. And this is just it's more of a confidence thing than anything else. Is we don't practice this way a lot because there's not a lot of upside in practicing. The only upside in practicing this is the confidence that comes out of it. So we're going to start with a lower one and let you do a low jump roll. And then you tell me whether you want to go any higher.
Yes, sir. Should I jump or should I just
Just do a jump.
Yeah.
Good. So did you feel that hesitation before you went?
Yeah.
And the hesitation is natural because we don't do this very often. So what was your experience in making that contact with the floor?
It wasn't as bad as it seems.
Right. It was worse when you were standing here than when you were actually over here.
Yeah.
All right. But that's the kind of experience that we want to create for each other, because once we know that this really works, then we're in another environment. We're not quite as hesitant about it, and we can let things happen the way they happen naturally. Very well done. Thank you, Abby.
Okay, what you demonstrated with a wrist twist
Yes, sir.
and maybe a spinning wrist throw.
Okay.
Show the application of this.
So if I'm doing wrist twist,
You stand there.
I'm going to stand here. All right. Which way? You want to go this way. All right. You ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, yes, sir.
So what would happen if she doesn't jump roll? She'll break her wrist.
Correct.
That's a one way to escape out of the roll.
Right. Same thing, by the way, for the defense against armbar,
Yes, sir.
right? This is a very hard thing to get away from. But what I'm doing is I'm giving you energy this direction. If you use that against me, it's almost impossible for me to hold on. So if I do an armbar, same hand, same foot, step forward, you do the same exact roll, and the faster you roll, the harder it is for me to hold on to you.
Yes, sir.
So that'll let you away, right? Spinning wrist throw, wrist twist is more defensive, right? So wrist twist, this is painful.
Yes.
That's the way out, right? So go ahead and go over.
Yeah.
And spinning wrist throw is the same idea. Is I'm going to make this uncomfortable for you and push you that direction, but instead of letting me take you to the ground with that, you're going to escape by going forward.
Yeah.
So again, it released all the pressure on your wrist by doing that. Did you feel the little C?
Yeah.
And that all I was doing was the same thing that we did with the staff, where I moved the staff forward to start your motion. I did the same thing with the spinning wrist throw to take your feet out from under you. Well done.